here are the best cold email subject lines that actually get opened up by your prospects. But first, really quickly, I want to make something very clear. This is very simple, not complicated at all. And I want to say this because a lot of people overthink subject lines. The entire point of a subject line is to get the person to open up the email. That's literally it. In my opinion, you don't need to have the subject line related to your offer since it'll actually lower your open rate. Again, all you want is for the prospect to be intrigued enough to open up the email and read what you've put in it. It's kind of like dating somebody. You'll initially be drawn to that person, that boy or girl, because of their looks, which is the subject line in this case, but you'll stay with that person if their personality and their character traits are good, which is kind of like the offer. So again, the whole point of the subject line is to get them to open up the email, and once they've opened up that email, they'll decide if that email is valuable or not depending on your offer. But the whole point of a subject line is to simply get them to click and open up that email. Very, very simple. Anyways, why should you listen to me? My name is Ari Nariel, and me and my company Gamic Media send almost 100,000 cold emails every single month. We've written and sent out emails for many different types of offers, ranging from video production, SaaS, insurance, PR, Google Ads, SEO, and much, much more. And here's some of the results that we've gotten for some of our clients. We helped deep social brands add over $270,000 in revenue in about 8 months. And below are some other screenshots from our clients from using our services. And I'll let you read all of this as I slowly scroll down. But with all that said, and I know I did it quick, but I know you guys want to see these subject lines. But really quickly, here's what you don't do when it comes to cold email subject lines. Do not put the subject line as just your name. You have to remember that this is cold traffic that you're reaching out to. They don't know who you are. This is cold traffic. Unless you have a lot of status, unless you're somebody really famous like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, or you're really well known in your particular industry or niche, they're not going to care about who you are. So they're not going to care about your name. They're not going to care about your company name. There is a way that you can do this where you can put your company name or your name and their name together in the subject line, but don't just put your name in the email. Because again, this is cold traffic. They're not going to care who this is. And if you have a common name like John Smith, for example, and they get an email like that with the subject line, they're going to be like, who is John Smith? I don't care about this guy. Get this guy out of here, right? So don't just only put your name. It's not going to perform that well. Second, and this is extremely obvious, but you'd be surprised because I still get emails like this all the time. But don't just leave the subject line blank. You'll literally go straight to spam or have an extremely low open rate. At least put something, man. Don't just leave that shit blank. And then finally, do not track open rates. I know it seems extremely counterintuitive, like, okay, you're telling me about the best subject lines, but you're telling me not to track the open rate? How can I know if it's performing or not, right? But if you track your open rates, it'll actually hurt your deliverability and your open rates will go down. This is because when you send out the email with the open rate tracking on, the email will have a tracking pixel in it. And when you send out that email, it'll actually end up hurting when you send out that email with the pixel in it, it'll actually end up hurting your deliverability, causing your open rate to go down. So, quite simply, don't track your open rate, and your open rate will actually go up. But with all of that said, here are the 3 best subject lines that we've tested that works very, very well and gets lots of opens. And they are first name thoughts, question mark, first name against this, question mark, and then first name X your name. So for example, if I'm reaching out to somebody named John, it would be John thoughts, question mark, or John against this, question mark, or John X Ari. Use any of these 3 and I guarantee that you'll get 60%, you'll get over 60% open rate. Guaranteed. These all work fantastic. And the reason why is because reason number 1, it invokes curiosity in the prospect to open up the email, with the first 2 being a open-ended question. So like I said, the first 2 here are open-ended. So they're going to be like, thoughts? He wants to know my thoughts, or hey, what am I against, right? It's invoking curiosity, like, okay, what do you mean thoughts, or against what? Like, what am I trying to see here, right? It's a split-second decision, and they'll actually click on the email. Second, it has the person's name in it, making it seem personalized to the person that you're sending out to. So again, all of these have their name in it. If you've read How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie talks about how important it is that you say someone else's name. People love hearing their name. People love seeing their name, right? They value their name a lot. So if you can put their name in the email, you can remember someone else's name in real life. It'll go a long way. In this case, we're just putting the name in the email, and again, it seems personalized, and overall, people love seeing their name, so they're gonna click on their name, right? So very, very simple there. And then finally, the prospect thinks it can literally be about anything. It doesn't come off as salesy at all. So when you read this, you're like, okay, what thoughts? Okay, what am I against? Or me and Aryan? How do you say this guy's name? Me and who? Me and Leia? Me and John? Who is this, right? None of this comes off as salesy. There's no enroll in our secret service program and get this, like there's no, it doesn't sound salesy at all. It just sounds like, okay, this email could be about anything at all, like anything. He's not trying to pitch me anything yet that I don't know of in the email itself, but he's not trying to pitch me anything in the subject line. Let me see what this guy has to say, and they'll click on it, right? And a bonus tip here is keep everything except the names in the subject line lowercase. For some reason, I don't know why, it increases open rates even more. I'm not sure, again, I honestly could not tell you why, but just do it. So for example, just if it's like John, their name, so it would be like John would be capitalized here, and then leave thoughts lowercase. So John, and then against this is lowercase. So just keep it lowercase, and for some reason it'll just go up. I can't tell you why, but it just works. I don't make the rules, I just apply them. Now, if you've been in the cold email space for a while, you might know that quick question was the go-to subject line for years. So does it still work? Yes and no, right? It's literally being used by everybody. It's been used by every cold emailer ever, right? So the effectiveness of it has gone down because it's been seen over and over by prospects. But here's my take on quick question. For industries that don't get many cold emails, like manufacturing companies or nonprofits or insurance agencies, quick question can work, but there are better options like the ones I listed above. For industries like agencies, e-com brands, B2B SaaS, do not use quick question. You're just going to be like everybody else in a sea of clones. So to answer your question, does quick question still work? Yes and no. Depends on the industry. I don't use it anymore, but it still can work depending on who you're reaching out to and how you use it. So do with that information as you will. So in conclusion, do not put all your focus on the subject line. It should be simple. It should invoke curiosity, and it could be an open-ended question. Focus more on your targeting, your offer, and messaging. The subject line is just a small piece of the puzzle for, again, the prospect to open up the email. That's literally it. A lot of people overthink this. It's not that complex. Make it simple, and you should be totally good to go and fine. So, with all of that said, if you are an agency or any other type of B2B business that's making over $30,000 a month, book a time with me, and we will book your next 3 qualified calls for free. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this valuable. Implement some of the subject lines because, again, I guarantee you'll get over 60% plus open rates. And if you found it valuable, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.